why we talk about Funmilayo, I'm looking at the Nigerian society of today because I see a woman who was quite deliberate when she returned back to the country from the UK.
Yeah.
She opened the literacy center to train the women of Egba to develop their minds, knowing fully well that it's a developed mind that can stand for his or her right.
Yes.
So it was deliberate.
It was deliberate. She lived a purposeful life. And she used Abeokuta as a litmus test of opportunity that will pervade the entire structure of Nigeria. She brought women activism, galvanized women together. Haji Agambu Sawaba in the north came to Abeokuta to learn from her. Margaret Ekpo, the great woman in Calabar. Mary Okala, and so many others.
Even Elizabeth.
Even Elizabeth Adekogbe, who was our political rival, but who believed in the same cause of women activism. The 1953 Conference for Women, National Conference for Women all over Nigeria, was in Abeokuta, organized by Funmilayo Ransome-Kuti. As at 1949, this woman had traveled to the Eastern region to fight for the cause of women in the Eastern region, to fight for the cause of women during the Iva Valley.
The Iva Valley mine massacre in Enugu.
The mines massacre in Enugu. The Mary Onye that was murdered in the Enugu prison. And Mary Okala, when the two minds met in Enugu, she said her life had changed by the visit of Funmilayo. I wonder how she mustered the strength to even do all of this.
You know, reading her story inspires me.
It is an inspiring story.
Let's come back to Abeokuta. They revolted against abnormal tax.
Yes, and sole native authority. They revolted against abnormal tax for women, sole native authority, and asked for representation in the government.
And the men did not listen initially.
And the men did not listen initially. They protested for 7 days. They become an instrument of violence on the entire Egba nation, on the Alake of Abeokuta, Oba Samuel Oladapo Ademola. He thought it was a joke. They harassed them by bringing out oracles and said that whoever sees that oracle will not see the next day. Funmilayo grabbed the stick and now told Oba Ademola that you have been terrorizing us with your pennies and saying that you are our husband. Today we are going to revise the order, and use our vagina in Yoruba to now take over the role of husbands. And when this man, this also literate Oba, you know, Egba was a literate society. As far back as the 1880s, the Alake of Egbaland had visited England, the Queen of England. So they didn't believe that it would happen. And then the Alake had the support of the Oyinbos, the colonial officer, who threatened Funmilayo.
Some of them were even beaten up.
Funmilayo grabbed the steering of the Oyinbo man, the DO, and said he would not leave the palace.
This is pure resistance.
Pure resistance. The man squeezed himself out and escaped. He said Funmilayo was a devilish woman. And Funmilayo replied that you were born but not bred. Can you talk to a woman like that? And it was on this resistance that the Alake of Egbaland, Oba Samuel Oladapo Ademola, was chased out of the palace.
They chased the king out of the palace.
After 7 days revolt.
He abdicated.
He abdicated. He was even abducted. And you see, interestingly, I had opportunity of a living testimony from the late Oba Lamidi Olayiwola Adeyemi, the Alaafin of Oyo, whom I was very close to, or close with.
He was at the palace then?
He was then living with Oba Samuel Oladapo in the palace and was attending Ake Primary School. Because his father had noticed that one day Lamidi Olayiwola will become Alaafin of Oyo. In fact, he had prepared 2 of his children, Peter Olayiwola, to live with the
Alake?
with the Oba of Ijebu-Igbo, Rimolusi, and then Lamidi Olayiwola. The 2 of them were Olayiwolas, the same age, the same people, to live at the Ake Palace. And he told me his experience. What they saw within those 7 days. In fact, his schooling was disrupted, and he saw the activism of Funmilayo and wondered how a woman could be this strong, powerful, and defiant.
She was daring.
Bold, assertive, and daring.
She was really a lioness.
Of Lishabi. And towards the end of 1948, he was sent on exile to Osogbo, the capital of present day Osun State. And Lamidi Olayiwola was part of his entourage. He followed him to exile.
This was before independence.
This was 1948 to 1950.